It is finally happening. I am now doing a review of Chased by Sea Monsters. It starts off with Nigel Marven getting chased by a group of velociraptors and a Tarbosaurus before jumping into the water where a Cephactinus swims past him. He later goes back to the Orvisian, and I really do like how they brought up how days were shorter during that time along with lower oxygen levels. Nigel then goes out into the water the next day using a giant trilobite as bait to catch something even bigger than the sea scorpions or eurypterids, in which he catches a giant cephalopod that is called an orthicone, or the genus of it being Endoceras. Later, after he returns to land after his dive to find some of the sea scorpions breeding, it then later moves on to him traveling back to the Triassic where he meets some of the marine reptiles of the era, which include the Novosaurus as well as Tenistropheus and the Ichthyosaur Symbospondylus. He then goes to the Devonian to use a Bothriolipus as bait for the Dunkleosteus, and just as it was about to bite into the cage again, the first episode ends. This would lead to the next one, beginning with the Dunkleosteus eating the Bothriolipus, only to vomit out the hard parts and eat the little baby Dunkleosteus that is scavenging the scraps. It cuts away to the Eocene where they meet Arsinotherium and the lagoon, then they go meet Basilosaurus. They would then go to the Pliocene where they start off near the coast and meet Odomonocetops, only to later go out into open water to meet Megalodon. This would result in one of the most horrifying moments in TV history, as when Nigel tries to tag the Megalodon after failing several times already when in the cage, he falls into the water, giving the impression that he died or that the Megalodon ate him. It then leads to the third and last episode where he is still alive and this time is successful. They retrieve the camera back after a few days to look at footage to learn about Megalodon's hunting behavior before then going back to the Jurassic, where Nigel swims through a shoal of giant fish called Leucichthys. There is one sickly Leucichthys that gets attacked by the shark Haemotus and the marine crocodile called Meteorhynchus. They later found the same Leucichthys being scavenged by Liopleurodon. Nigel does a night dive just to go up to them and uses some chemicals to repel them. The last segment being where they go to the Cretaceous during when North America was split in half by the Western Interior Seaway, where they meet the giant flightless aquatic bird called Hesperornis, along with lots of freaky predators like the fish Cephactinus. They later use a robot to record footage of a show of Elasmosaurus. Nigel decides that he couldn't help getting a ride on the giant turtle Archelon despite all of the large predators in it. This is only to later lead to the boat getting attacked by a group of mosasaurs, and then it ends. Overall, it is just a fun experience with lots of nice twists and turns along the way, which is just all the more reason why, in spite of how many times I've watched it compared to the rest of the Walking With series, I will just never get sick of it. Compared to what came before, they really outdid themselves. Even when, like the rest of the Walking With series, it still has lots of issues in terms of accuracy, but besides that, it is all the more reason why it will forever be viewed as the true peak of the Walking With series. So, it gets a 10 out of 10.